Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this February the 18th, 2026. I'm hoping everybody had a great Wednesday out there so far. Everybody did a great Wednesday evening. Everybody continue to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at the storm system moving across the country and take a look at your local forecast, also the Storm Prediction Center outlook for severe weather, and also take a look at the critical fire weather for certain locations of the lower 48. I'll show you that in tonight's video as well, and also take a look at the current watch and warning advisory map because we got a lot to discuss on that map. Also, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe, also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue to get the show on the road here, folks. Alright, you can see here we're going to take a look at your local the satellite imagery first. We got some activity from Mexico all the way to the South Carolina, North Carolina, and also in the coastal waters. This is pretty much the subtropical jet getting its act together across the lower 48. Got another storm system here over into areas of California to Washington State, to Idaho, to Colorado. Got more activity through the Dakotas, Minnesota, all the way over toward the northeastern U.S., toward Lake Erie, Lake Superior, Ottawa, and Toronto, Canada, and then on out into the coastal waters as well. Alright, let's move on to the local forecast, and we'll show you these storm systems here, which is currently going across the nation. We'll start off with your Thursday forecast, and we'll show you where it's going to be a very active map here as well. Alright, we got thunderstorms and showers from up here from southern Michigan to North Carolina, South Carolina to northern Florida to Louisiana, back toward Missouri. Severe weather up here around Illinois, Indiana, towards Ohio, and portion of Kentucky. Critical fire weather over here in portion of Colorado to northeast New Mexico, northern Texas, and Oklahoma, and southwestern Missouri. We have some freezing rain possible from areas of Nebraska into Iowa. And then again from Wisconsin through Michigan, Lake Erie and Lake Superior over toward New York State to Pennsylvania. Then we got mixed precipitation from New Jersey, Delaware to New York to Michigan to Wisconsin to Iowa to Nebraska, South Dakota, and more over here in areas of New Mexico, Arizona, Southern California, Northern California up to Washington and Oregon states. Snow flying up here across Lake Erie as well, Lake Superior, then stretching over northern Michigan to Minnesota through the Dakotas, all the way to Montana, Washington, Oregon State, Idaho, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, over toward areas of Nebraska. Even got some heavy snow over portions of Nebraska as well. Same over on the California mountain and northern California, southwestern Oregon areas as well. Alright, got more heavy snow over portions of southern Utah and also northern Arizona and southeastern areas of Nevada. Alrighty, I think we got that covered. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Thursday. Alright, let's move on into your Friday forecast now. And it should roll out something like this here. Okay, you can see we got a powerful cold front coming through. It's going to make it cold along the East Coast. Maybe some snow from North Carolina northward into the Mid-Atlantic coming up this weekend, but we'll show you that in a later forecast. But anyway, right now we got mixed precipitation in Washington, Oregon, Northern California, snow flying in portions of southeastern Washington, northeastern Oregon, over to Idaho, Montana. Then again from southern Montana to Wyoming to Nevada to Arizona to New Mexico, all the way over toward Kansas, Missouri, and Nebraska. And maybe some heavy snow over portions of southeastern and eastern areas of Nevada, northern Arizona. And then more snow over here in portions of Minnesota and Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. And then we got mixed precipitation up here around Lake Erie and Lake Superior to Wisconsin to Michigan to Pennsylvania to Rhode Island to Maine. And then freezing rain possible from northern Wisconsin, Michigan. Also once again Lake Erie and Lake Superior all the way to Pennsylvania, New York State to Vermont to New Hampshire, all the way over toward Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. A little bit of mixed precipitation in West Virginia, but then thunderstorms and showers from Pennsylvania to the Carolinas, down to the northern Gulf, Panhandle of Florida, to southern areas of Louisiana, also areas of southeastern Texas, back up toward Kentucky. Could be some severe weather possible in this area here, but right now the Storm Prediction Center has only general thunderstorm. We'll show you that coming up in just a few minutes. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Friday. Alright, let's move on to the current watches, warning, advisory map for your location across the nation. And here's that colorful map. Here we got red flag warnings from Iowa, also Illinois, to Missouri, to portion of Arkansas, Nebraska, Kansas, to Colorado, to Texas, to New Mexico, also into Oklahoma. That's where a lot of big, large wildfires ongoing over in Oklahoma. We got some air quality, dense fog advisory, some hydro issues in Michigan, northern Michigan, some winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories stretching over to Minnesota, also in the portions of Wisconsin, also through North Dakota and also Minnesota. Also some winter weather advisories in New York State. Also we have some air quality alerts there as well in areas of New York State, special weather statement for Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. We got some dense fog along the coastal areas of the Big Bend area of Florida. And then we got more winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories to be in the peak, winter storm warnings in the winter weather advisory for the purple, winter storm warning for the peak. Now we got it right. But this will be stretching from Iowa to areas of Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Wisconsin, Minnesota. I think I already said it, but I'll say it again. Over toward areas of Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Washington, Oregon State, California, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, also in the portions of Colorado areas as well. We have high wind warnings and wind advisories over Arizona and New Mexico, Southern California, Central California, cold weather advisory for Montana, avalanche warnings for portions of Colorado, and also into areas of Utah. And we have some areas of, I think it's freeze watch in effect southwestern Oregon State. Alright, I think we got that covered. Alright, smoke right advisory, gale warning from Maine all the way down to the New Jersey, Delaware coast, a little bit along the southeast coast, Texas coast, Southern California, Washington State, around the Hawaiian Chain Island, high surf warnings around the island, wind advisories to the south, also some small craft advisories and storm warnings around the Alaska region, freeze and spray warnings in the darker and lighter blue, and pink is some winter storm warnings and blizzards warnings in the red to the northwest. Alright, Storm Prediction Center outlook should roll out something like this here. General thunderstorm from over here from Sacramento to Fresno to Santa Barbara to Las Vegas to Cedar City. And then general thunderstorm from areas of Del Monte to Green Bay to Richmond, Virginia. And then we got let's see, Pierre all the way down to Evansville to Cincinnati, slight risk, and then from Chicago to Bowling Green's marginal risk. Alright, tornado probability rolls out like this: 2 and 5%, 2% green, 5% in the brown. Damaging winds, 5 and 15% in that area, and large hail, 5 and 15% respectively in that area. Alright, take a look at day number 3. Alright, here's that general thunderstorm from Shreveport, Louisiana to Columbia, South Carolina to Wilmington, North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina to Pittsburgh, all the way up to Rochester and Buffalo, New York area. Would not rule out a severe thunderstorm. Could be a marginal risk, could be added anywhere in that area, but could not rule out a severe thunderstorm if that line continues to push to the east. Alright, here's a look at the fire weather forecast for day number 2. And we have a critical fire weather down here across Tulsa, Oklahoma to Fort Steele to Amarillo, and then from Pablo to Fort Stockton to Springfield and Abilene and Midlands area. You are under a elevated risk for wildfire in your area. So, alright, this is the main critical fire weather for the Panhandle of Texas and Oklahoma. So, if you live in those areas, there's still considerable wildfires going on in that area. I expect more to continue as long as the dry and windy conditions prevail in your local area. Alright, otherwise, hope everybody has a wonderful Wednesday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, and we'll catch you back in the next one. So have a wonderful Wednesday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got.